in grey eyes, wrapped in blackest silk, next to my wasted head's immaculate. It fits the body balanced with like Whitchurch. The body balanced. 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 So I'm sick. Good evening, Percy. Who would have thought a town like Whitchurch would be such a thriving community of exciting alternative music? I never did when I came here several years ago, and I thought it was basically just two shops and a corner. But there you go. Anyway, so we've been living in some pretty weird times recently. Don't know whether you've noticed, there's been sort of various things happening. What was a party, what wasn't a party, you know? I mean, drinks and vomit in the photocopier. Is that party? I'm not sure, maybe it is. Could be just a work event. Anyway, it's been confusing times. So here's confusion. Feel definitely has been some confusion. No confusion tonight, we're here for a lovely bit of interaction. We've got some psychedelic punk, whatever it is, with Healthy Junkies later. Oh, a lovely song about feeling. I was alright, like, you know, I was awesome and you're rubbish, you suck. You know, I did everything right, you lot, pathetic. I was haunted by our memories. What we had was so very I'm not going with you to your chosen destination. You and I were never feelings, but the war I thought never ending, pain never ending. Found me your way when all I did was love you. You're an insecure girl. One day I'll find you in a girl. Was told to you, you don't deserve me. What have I become? You chose to be yes. This is me standing before, living my life, making the best of it. This is me standing before me. Complete mess you chose to be. Someone else. I'm a free at last, we're different in mind. This is what you'll find. I told you to fight, live all your life. You were now in the past with you. You did last, we're different in mind with you. You were now in the past with you. You did right. You were now in the past, in the past. We found past with you. You did last, you did last. I told you, I told you, I told you. So let's do that. Kind of getting on a bit. Oh, nice to have lady with me for probably the first time we've actually had you properly doing. That's good. But everyone thinks it's all so accomplished. They think you're a damn pandit, obviously. Anyway, so time for introspective moments now. You know, going to get all sort of serious and contemplative for about 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. You know. Because you've got to take it down, all that kind of thing. You also got to trample on all over your visor shades, obviously, because that's quite important. Because it's as if I don't wreck everything enough. Anyway, yes, so get back to the serious point. So I think spend possibly a bit too much time, to be honest, sort of wondering about who I am and what my place is in the world and that. And I think we all do to some extent. We're all kind of wondering what's reflected in the mirror when we look into it. Where do we belong in the world? What's our position? How do we feel? Are we being the right sort of person to fit in where we want to be? That's something that's often on my mind. I mean, are we a goth band? Are we a punk band? Are we industrial? And that kind of thing. And I don't know. I mean, I call it insurrection and neo-futurism because I'm daft. So anyway. So let's have reflections. I'm gonna get kind of synth poppy on you now. Glastonbury this weekend, isn't it? Yeah, that's what you were on about, isn't it, earlier? And guitarist here, carefully avoiding flailing microphone stands there, expertly done. Yeah, it was all about how incredibly dull the lineup was. So, I mean, much more interesting things happening here tonight. But, just because we've been, for some reason we've not had the call to Glastonbury yet. I can't imagine why. We've been putting the hours in. We really have. We've been practicing hard to be that sort of stadium rock band that could, play to these thousands of people. But we're generous sorts. We're very generous. We're sharing it with you here tonight, obviously, you see, because I'm generous. So, so in order to give that rock feel, we decided we'd keep a U2 cover going in our set. So, let's have Until the End of the World by U2. I haven't seen you it's Percy. Would you mind moving a little to your left, please? I'm with my camera recording. Thank you. What a great way to interact with the audience. You do as I tell you, okay? Obey. Right, I'm in charge. Who's that? That was just a Foresight generation game, wasn't it? Yes. For those of a vintage race. Hey, there's antiques are popular around here. I guess I should go get value. Right, okay, so it's the one about stuff, isn't it, next? Yeah? I don't know. I think it's the usual one that comes after that, isn't it? No, we're not doing that tonight. It's play pretend next. Which, I think, is it? Let's find out, shall we? It is pretend next. Oh, where is it? I don't see it. Anyway, yeah, so next one. My ode, if you like, to creativity and imagination. I say embrace sort of being more than everyday life. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but it's good to imagine, because without all the imagination in life and that sort of thing, we'd never get anything happening. There'd never be anyone inventing anything. So embrace being a bit silly and fanciful, have imaginary friends, pretend that sort of thing. And without live venues like Percy's, which believes in the power of creativity, we'd be basically robots, we'd be nothing. So I say we need creativity, and thank you so much to Percy's for having us here tonight. Very appreciate it. Keep the live music live, original music, not cover bands. Anyway, so with all that in mind, what have we? Is it time to end the set now? After all that, yeah. So play pretend. interesting, exciting. That was our next song, obviously. Just a few notes. Yeah. Anyway, I guess a bit more serious and hard hitting after that. Somehow, I kind of almost feel it doesn't quite fit after such a joyous song, but you know, gotta get that energy up a bit more, I think. So, this is Start of War, which you know we all know perfectly well, really, that you know invading other countries not cool. Yeah. Generally not a good thing to do. So obviously Putin, absolute idiot, you know, and you just wonder sometimes what goes on in the minds of these sort of people, because you know you go in there, I mean look at the state of what he's done to Ukraine, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he's gone in there supposedly to take over Ukraine, which failed miserably. Putin, you suck. If you're watching, you know, I think you suck. You can quote me on that if your next meeting or whatever, you suck. Anyway, so yeah, he's gone and destroyed everything. So what on earth is there to occupy and take? So you know, it's like Frankie Goes to Hollywood, so when two tribes go to war, you know, same sort of thing. And with that in mind, so here we go with. The end of the set now. No idea how long we've been on, but hopefully it's somewhere near 45 minutes anyway. So, yeah, it shows my careful planning. Anyway, I feel we've shared enough time together now for me to truly open up about some things about myself, you see. You know, I think with this, I hope you can share this very sensitive moment with me. We've had a good time together, haven't we? So I can trust you. I can trust that the information will stay in this room, you see, because I just feel I can really share this now, that this very important information about myself with you, this very lovely audience.
Try me once, you'll make some more. Yes, sir. I can move it, but I need that seven song. I can move it all night long. Yes, sir. I can move it. If you say you can go wrong, I can move it all night long. Look like you're walking. You want to know if I can dance?
If I can dance.
Maybe. I already told you in the first verse. Look at this thing. I can move it, but I need a certain song. I can move it. If you say you can't go wrong, I can move it, all night long. You have been listening to John Norman, the Lanfear on guitar. They never I can move it. I need it. Yes, sir. I can all night long. It's a certain song. Yes, sir. Move it. Enjoying this Insurrection and Futurist performance. I am the Futurist. All these many miles, 2.5 hours I'm sure.